Green Rider. You already know the vibes. I can't sit my phone down because, I mean, I probably could, but it's wet right here. I should have wiped it off a few minutes ago. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, youth. Hold on, youth. Hold on, youth. That even works. Let me see. On my phone to get wet. Supreme Rising. I already know the vibes. Yeah, man. Been trying to get a few things done. Um, I had made like a product a long time ago that I would try out on myself or whatever, and that shit worked really, really good. Um, like better than I expected. And I put a lot of things together. Like I have went and got a bunch of the stuff yesterday, right? So I still got to get a few more things. Because the place I went to didn't have exactly what I wanted. So I still got to get like a couple more things, shot with a couple more of our brothers and sisters and some of their businesses, because they got specifically what I want and what I'm planning to do. So yeah, after that, I have some things put together that if you want, you can hit me up and purchase. Um, that you can hit me up and purchase for your health needs, right? So yeah, I'm trying to like not really say much about it because I gotta spend like I gotta get like a few more things, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like I'm not sure if I want to do like the whole 4 pack of monatomic minerals or if I want to just do one at a time and get people acclimated to each one. I don't know. That's why I'm kind of questioning that. So either way, that's coming, yo. It's definitely coming. I got to get labels and all that. And after I get the labels and finish getting the rest of the product, I'll put it together. And it's going to be a little something extra in that. So it's just because I know, but you're not going to expect what it's going to do when you get it. So with that being said, yeah, that's coming soon, yo. So if you want like all around health, you know what I'm saying? This gonna do it's gonna do like a 4-in-1, maybe 5-in-1 process, and it's gonna be super powerful. So I'm not gonna have large bottles available in the beginning. I'm gonna have like smaller bottles, and like you don't need that much because it's super strong and concentrated. You know what I'm saying? So when that comes, just hit me up if you want it. I'll put it on the screen and all of that, right? Anyway, anyway, in continuance, Supreme Rising, Supreme motherfucking Rise. What guan? What guan? NAGA The Wise. You know what I mean? You know, the genuine energy is changing into something. And what we don't understand that it's changing into is a state of reality where purity was at one point. And we believe, and I truly believe that divine set connection in motion because of how it played out in the universe. It ain't had nothing to do with how the stories are here and all that shit or what people took and all that shit is false. Like, because a lot of terms they shouldn't exist at a different time when they are exist and used for explanation. And I'm like, how can you have that understanding based off something that wasn't even take whatever? So despite those things as notions, I'm watching something take place. And everybody's saying they want authenticity, they want pure love, they want all this shit, but it doesn't go hand in hand with the way the world is. You know what I'm saying? So yes, togetherness is dope. Coming together is dope. Being together is dope. There's a higher echelon of togetherness, right? And it has nothing to do with how we consort with each other every day. It's just not what it is. Like, the purest togetherness is like babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're just, you know, so easily, readily to reach over and just another baby will kiss another baby on the cheek and just play. You know what I'm saying? There's no thought pattern to individual notions of grandeur, right? It's children. You know what I'm saying? And how children are. That's authentism at its fullest aspect. But we grow as humans. We get bigger and we like different things. And the things that we grow towards, we start forming or acclimated a body for that particular notion or those notions of reality. And by that time is complete, we have a full understanding of what we've changed into. That's what happens. You have a full understanding of what you changed into. So at that point, certain things might not feel as like you want it or you want to be a part of it or shit like that. Certain things might not feel like um, they're as important. And I mean, I go through some of them myself. I go through some of the thoughts myself, and I'm like, that shit don't mean nothing. I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many. But then behind that, there's still like this feeling that that aspect needs to be completed by us as far as togetherness, because as soon as you get on the right togetherness level, you can rise to the other levels of togetherness, right? So it don't really happen in its full totality because we believe it's a certain level of coming together. Even me, when I say primal love, I mean in that unmissable energy that always considers you. You should never have to ask to be considered. And if you have to ask your partner to consider you or da da da, and they're doing, continuous things on purpose that doesn't considerate you or have consideration for you, then you have to know how to move around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect or force somebody to see you. That's not how life works. You know what I'm saying? You can't force, like, so when you're in it, everything is a choice. But the same ratio is consolidated to the direction it's going. So I think as we get older, we grow apart from what togetherness really is. So we solidify or we settle for a level of togetherness that is notionable for the current age and standpoint. But the way Divine put everything in motion, it was right the first time. Unfortunately, we come here right and then we grow up. Like what they say, you twice a baby and once an adult. You know what I'm saying? So that means if you're twice a baby, once an adult, and when you came here you was a baby, and when you left you was your mentality was a baby. That means you had to go back to that innocence just to leave. That means you had to go back to that same mentality of innocence just to leave. So what is that really saying? Yes, we're going to get older in the middle part of life, but that getting older can pull us so far away from our originality that we forget how to even be. And that's what's going on in the world every day. So despite anything that we comprehend or think that we know about what's happening, because of how you feel, the way you feel is because you're getting fucking older. You're getting older because you've been eating shit. You've been eating shit your whole fucking life. You've been digressing to doing things instead of connecting to something. The things like a Happy Meal. I don't fucking eat McDonald's. I don't eat that shit. But if you go to McDonald's, you get a Happy Meal. You get the toy with it. It comes with it. So looking at a female always wanting sex is dumb. That's dumb. If you like her, she like you, you know what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna come together on all levels of connection. That's what the fuck that is. You don't single out little things and situations to make it like a point of view. That's not togetherness. That's your stupidity. That's not settling, or that's not coming together or bonding with someone. That's not that. That's you having a single mindset. I gotta have this out of that situation. You shallow as fuck. And if y'all want people like that because of how they look, then you retarded. I'm so serious. Like I was like an Art Deco type kid when I was young. I would look at shit in museums and like it because it was crazy looking. I would hang with weird people, and they'd be like, why you hanging with these weird looking people? Because they wasn't trying to do nothing else. They was just doing whatever the fuck they wanted right then. And unfortunately, it was probably creative or destructive to the view of the teachers and everybody else around. I didn't care about that shit. I like people who didn't give a fuck, who wasn't trying to structure themselves behind every damn fucking situation in the world. I loved that when I was growing up, because everything is always in a form of control, and they limit everybody from being the best versions or the highest access or giving you the true door of what you're walking into. They give you none of that shit. They give everybody a settlement aspect, whether it's a conscious character understanding, a way of saying things, a deliberation on concepts and notions towards a situation. All that shit is the same, yo. And it's fucking aggravating. It is. It's fucking aggravating. It's not even like a anger, frustration type thing. It's just aggravating. It's like, damn, you're a dumbass person. You're a dumbass society. You're a dumbass group of fucking people. You know why? Because you can't equate no level of understanding past that. You can't. Like, you fucking watch the government. The best they do is they get mad. I'm going to teach somebody a fucking lesson. And you're supposed to be the energy of promoting what value is. So now the value of highest standard is stupidity. Shit don't make no sense to me. I'm like, yo, we can't make this shit up to be this way and then everybody just, oh, I don't know. Like, come on, that shows everybody's weakness, yo. I'm like, yo, togetherness is what it is, yo. If I fuck with you like that and I'm standing next to you, I wish somebody would. I don't gotta prove nobody I'll bust a head. I've been doing it my whole life, but I've been nice to people. You know why? Because I don't like being in that energy. But I done been around people my whole life where I've seen people take that shit too fucking far, yo. You know what I'm saying? Way too far. And I seen the eyes of people who wasn't even intending to go 2 inches in the shit. I've seen that reality. I've seen people make up stories just to have attention towards them because their life sucks so fucking much. Only thing they happy with is somebody saying hey to them. I've seen this fucking shit. Like, I'm like, yo, wow, that was crazy. Like, so if you're not securing yourself, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna stay in that middle place for the rest of your damn life. You know what security is? It's comfortability in the fact that you're created. Period. No more, no less. You don't need nothing else to go with you in the fucking world. You came here with nothing, so why you need so much? You know what I'm saying? You can have stuff. Yes, you can have stuff. It's not saying you can't. But as soon as you put that before the divine, you have lost your perception and placement. I have to get, like Mike Epps said on one of his comedy shows and shit one day, he was like, yo, I keep telling God I'm coming, but I got to get this money first. It was funny at the time because it showed comprehension to the value. But the reality to the notion is divine see everything. The fuck is you hiding from? This world we supposed to be living is supposed to be dealt with divine. The world taught you fear so you wouldn't go out and be the best version of yourself. How are you going to be dynamic at anything when you're stagnant or scared to do anything? That's what the world did. So you're like, I ain't doing that, I ain't going that. But what we were supposed to go out and experience with divine in front of us and be great at all these things and have these experiences in camaraderie with other people and spread these relationships around the world. It was at one point when I was a young man and I was in my 20s, I traveled so damn much. I met so many people all around the world. Like, I met people from Iraq, China, fucking Africa. Like, I'm literally all over the damn place. You know, Japan. I'm talking to people. Europe. Like, I was in Amsterdam sitting at a round table in a coffee shop with 12 other people, different nationalities, and we all dropping jewels on music and the turn of the world. This is back in 2012. Like, my experiences next to people has transcended the value of sitting on fucking Facebook or damn TikTok. That shit is stupid. I've been doing that shit way before anybody had the consolidation to sit in a damn group. This is what we've been doing for years. And when I sit down and I look at the level of knowledge, I'll be like, yo, this shit retarded, yo. That's the best you got. When you have intelligence, it's certain levels you won't even think upon because there's no place. It's why would you go there? Like, the capacity takes more to digress to stupidity, to use energy to do that, opposing to try to think that way. Like, that's how you know a level of intelligence. Once you get over that hump of intelligence, you'll never go back. You'll never go back because the way the efficiency of the brain works, it's not going to want to pick it up. It's going to be like, ew, that's a booger. I'm not touching that. Oh, that's what you got on you? It's intelligence immediately. It's not, oh, I'm going to think like, no, you're a fucking idiot. That's the reality of life. So no, there's not a such thing as a short-term connection. When you are having so many connections with people that your life can't keep nothing in it, that's because you don't know how to look into nothing. You look at everything on the damn surface. As soon as you get on the surface, boom, bam, thank you, ma'am, it's done. Now you done because you don't know how to look inside, so you bored. You've looked at the whole terrain of somebody's whole entirety, their whole entire body. You can't see inside of them, so when you get what you want, you're done. This is what I'm trying to make you comprehend. There's not a such thing as getting together with somebody, having a little bit of an experience and going about your way. That's friction. That's just you rubbing your existence against somebody real quick. That's friction. When you really look into something, you go within. Females are more emotional because they create life. They create bodies. So they carry more emotions because they have to double it up. The man carries the actual life cell of the body his entire life. So the baby is always with the man until it gets to a woman, right? And then when it gets into the woman, she starts producing different values of emotions, right? So this is why the man was supposed to be strong for her, because as she's a factory creating bodies, every month she's going to go up and down in the scales of emotion. She's creating double the amount. So it takes me to be a little bit more cognate of her example of existence to be in her life. And it takes also you having a rationale to your own craziness for you to be in mine. So even though you may slip, I'm still responsible in guiding. That's being a head. The head is not to take punches, the head is to guide. And if you can't be led, who the fuck are you gonna follow? Problem with people is everybody want to be a damn boss, and you can't be a boss because you ain't got boss material. Some people out here with just construction skin. Go lift some bricks then. Some people got a brain like a Rubik's Cube. We'll go take a protractor or something and do measurements and get some shit done so I can get the physical people to build a building. Everybody got a section. It is. But you motherfuckers don't like to be in line because you like what it sound like to be doing other shit. You like what you more wrapped in temptation behind what a body look like. You don't know what that box smell like. Back in the day, we used to be like if a shorty her house is nasty, her ass is trashy. You won't clean up, that shit stink. I ain't staying here. You walk in there and be like, oh God, hell no. All right, yo, I gotta go. I got a phone call. I'll be right back. Big facts. Big facts. Shorties will do that shit to men too. Most of the niggas that was on point back in the day learned from women who can see better, because what women do, they speak life. So when we was around females back in the day who had all that nasty shit come out of their face, you know we did? We slid. I ain't chilling over there. She be tripping. That was hood conversation, not just in different areas in Jersey and Philly and Delaware and New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut. Man, anywhere I went, everybody was saying the same shit. Like, man, don't go over there. When you young, they try and put you on. If I was you, I wouldn't go over there, bro. They, you know what I'm saying? You good. Like, you young and they telling you this shit. So it's not like you couldn't take the knowledge and do something with it. So as you get older, what happens? People do repeat offender shit. This dumb shit over and over and over. You be like, damn, yo, how did it even happen? Wisdom is birthed out of you comprehending you and how you attach to everything else in the world. Now, divine will guide you and give you the strongest altitude of seeing these situations if you can remove motion out your way. Motion, emotion, that's feelings. Every time you move, no matter what the temperature is outside, something grazes your hair on your arm and you feel. You've been so used to feeling slight feelings your entirety, you forgot that you're in feeling more than anything. And then first thing motherfuckers say, I don't feel nothing, I'm hard. You ain't hard. You ain't hard, your body will bleed. It's not such thing as hard. You're hard when the blood pumps between your legs and your nipples get titty. And your nipples get hard. That's when you're hard. That's the only time you're hard. Otherwise, the rest of your life, you soft as a motherfucker. You're never going to be hard. Not even a bodybuilder. It's soft. Soft. You can have the version of hard. Right? Like hands can seem as if they're hard. Because they're rough. But it still has soft skin. See, it's all about perception. It's all about perception. And majority of the time, lack of knowledge, people need to be perceived in a different way. This is why you have outbursts and dumb shit like, look, man, grow your mind. Just check this out real quick. When we was young, the old heads would be like, Go ahead and get off the corner, young man. That shit ain't going nowhere. You leave and come back, it's gonna be the same thing. You be like, what? You young, you feel like you're gonna miss something, yo. You feel like something gonna happen and you ain't gonna hear the story. You know why? Because your horizon is small. The height of your excitement is within somebody telling you something. Man, go get the hell on, so you can expand that shit, right? We used to be travelers, yo. We used to go places and explore. We used to write our own stories by face hand values. We wasn't doing trends or following nobody. Oh, I can do that too because they're doing that. That wasn't a thing for our culture. We're fucking dope. We are fucking dope. That shit that gives motherfucker euphoria, yo. That's who we is as a culture. We are ecstasy in physical body, yo. Pure everything. And we trying to find out little pieces of niches to fall into. That shit dumb. Limited by the accesses of what our ancestors failed to. So then when you rebirth, you got all this shit, these walls blocked inside of you because your ancestors went through so much turmoil, but you're here now. And it's not such thing as a chain, a mental chain. That's just people with disdain. I don't need you to like me. Shit, I don't like people who don't like me no way. So shit, you ain't doing me nothing but a favor. Showing me who you really are. You're doing me nothing but a favor. Man, come on, man. Life ain't how everybody see it, yo. It's not. It's always gonna be 4 situations. It's gonna be how it's supposed to be because you got weakness and you got strength. Weakness had to get strong one way. Think about what I'm saying. Weakness had to become strong somehow. So you know how it got strong? It started manipulating because it couldn't fight. That's why it was weak. So I'm gonna manipulate you. Some of your best haters and your best dangerous people who are so dangerous, they just fucking terrible people. They're fucking terrified. They're scared. Because when they put in a real position, you know what they do? They crumple up. I didn't know this was going to be the outcome, but you had so much gun-ho to go forward to bring so much damage. Keep in mind this, and never forget this. I was just saying to somebody the other day, I was like, you know, I don't really like watching certain videos because every time I turn around, people always fear-mongering. Somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to do that. Be worried for this. Be worried. I'm not worried about shit because Divine ain't going to let nothing happen. Divine is the almighty, powerful, more over than anything. Divine. I don't care about what people got going on in life, what they think they know about their life. Divine dog walks everything. Period. So you could talk all the fear-mongering shit you want to talk in the world. That shit means nothing to me. I'm right by the leg of the Most High. If I was going to run and hide behind something, it'll be divine, yo. And as I'm sitting within this energy, I am being refined. Every time I depend on that energy and I reach for it, I get polished. Constantly. Polished deeper, more stronger, more efficient. There's not a such thing as that concept of characteristics dealing with the divine that falls on weakness. It's where I'm supposed to be to grow. So why everybody else looking under grass and flipping over fucking stones and reading this book and doing this and thinking that you're more intelligent than the creator of all things, but you following anybody else, you getting left behind. Because you just can't get it together. Came in this world by yourself, you're going to lead this motherfucker by yourself. And if in the middle of the process, the right people can attach to you, then so be it. And if not, then leave them the fuck alone because you got to keep moving. What that looks like, it might not be motion. It might just be being focusing on the best version of you, loving what loves you, and continuing. All these pit stops and pulling over to the damn gas station and hollering at your friend and all the other shit in life, it don't work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I don't care. It's not going to work. Okay, it didn't work for them that came 50, 1,000 years before us. It ain't going to work for the ones after them. It just ain't going to do it. I don't give a fuck what your parents said. I don't give a damn. They know this shit ain't work. That's why they sitting somewhere talking about, I hope you make it. The fuck? Everybody need a hard ass cutting and a real good talking to. I ain't talking to everybody, I'm talking my culture, yo. Because I don't know what's going on in everybody else's house. That's not my issue. If I do talk to my cousins and tell them what's really going on, they not gonna want to step up to the plate. I know what they need. I already know what they need, but I ain't even getting in that right now. I'm talking to my people. For real, for real. Y'all is the most intelligent things walking on the earth, and you won't access nothing. But then there's a catch-22 to that. And it's dope. It's actually a good catch-22. Stillness. Being still in the face of crazy shit, right? The access of the world going opposite array of your natural existence. That's almighty power. Period. That's why you sit still. Divine don't flinch. Divine never flinched to what? It created everything. You're a seed of that. So if I'm the architect of the house and you my child, and I'm gonna leave you this house, you gonna be scared of the house? You was around me when I built it. You was the essence that was next to me when I was putting this shit together. What you scared of? You're gonna inherit it. This is what you're gonna inherit. You see, I've been letting y'all just do whatever you want. I built it for you to grow here, but you're gonna have it after you get big, you grow up. It's yours. It's crazy, right? Years ago, I did incremental science, and the scientists just now discovering that our system is inside of a black hole, right? I've been saying that shit for the last 10 years. Last 10 years. They look at me like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I say, y'all retarded. Make that shit make sense. How you got energy coming in and going out through the bottom? You can't go up and you can't go down and you don't know you stuck in a black hole? That's a sinking system. No, you can't go up because we're being pulled down. No, you can't go down because of centrifugal force. Make it make sense. This is how you know a person makes up knowledge and they don't even know what the fuck they be talking about. They don't even know. You make up shit to try to sound intelligent and don't even know what they're saying. Probable cause, it defeats everything. You don't have to have a logical explanation from somebody else to see naturality. What if I told you was upside down right now? That's why you believe in gravity. You don't know you upside down, but you are. That's the only way you're gonna stick to the ground. But it seems like it's this way, but you're upside down. You're like this. Just like this. Like, are we upside down? You'll never believe it. You'll never believe it. We be like it's cold as hell. We also be like it's hot as hell. Check this out. The sun is in space. It's the hottest thing ever. So it's not hot in space. It's cold because it has to be a place to conduct the electricity. So it's cold as shit as you get up there. The heat come from inside the earth. As the sun hit the earth, the heat warm up the plates and it gives off heat like an oven. That's how you get temperature. You didn't know that? But inside the ground is 64 degrees. I can't make this shit up. That's why people will go dig a hole in the ground and have a fake AC unit in the ground. It's not fake, it works, but people would do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always cool in the ground. So take that ratio and understand the science behind it. If it's 64 degrees in the ground, only thing I need is what? 40 degrees from up here in the sky to make it 100 degrees on the earth. It's temperature on top of temperature, right? So that's UV. Friction, air, light, everything hits the ground. So we start having 100 and something, all this different temperature in different areas, especially by the equator. You know what I'm saying? You got energy coming from the center of the earth that's going to increase the heat. As the sun comes down, they're going to combine together, turn the eye up by 128. Sahara Desert, Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally the science behind it. Like it's not rocket. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's very, very simple. And once you understand what's really going on and where you at, you know what I'm saying, then, and there's a lot of other things I could talk about, but some things don't entertain people. I like looking at the actuality of life. I don't really like getting into stupid shit. I don't like arguing about dumb, retarded stuff. Like my brain shuts down really fast. I'll be like, oh, word, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's stupid. I learned a long time ago, you could be way more peaceful just letting a dumbass motherfucker believe whatever the fuck they want to believe. That's just what it is. Let them believe whatever they want. You'll save more energy. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that reality and that actuality, there's not much you have to really digress to. Always look at how somebody treats you and how far they're willing to go when they treat you a certain way. Look at how people use their time for you. Look at the words people say to you. Listen to the breaths and how things are said in certain attributes, and really pay close attention, because that really describes how they see you at the moment. You know, and we all want to be treated important, but in the same breath, your level of importance to somebody else might be valuable if they don't show you importance around other people, and that might embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's shit is fucked up how it actually works, but you see in certain ways, and I'll be like, man, I ain't never been slow. I just walk the fuck away. I just walk away. I'll be like, nah, you right. I believe everything you said is true. I appreciate your honesty, and you know what? I wish you the best. Like, I'm that type of dude. Like, they be like, yo, how you just don't? It's not that I don't give a fuck. I do. I care. I'm gonna keep loving as long as you keep loving me. I know the ultimate love in existence is divine. I've never had a love that ever matched it. I've never met a woman that was able to stand the test of time with me without falling apart and being weak. Whether that's weakness in her own character or weakness in her loyalty or weakness in whatever structure, and then find a way to shift accountability. Like, I've never met a real woman other than. And I've thought I've met them in different times in my life, but they all turned out to be pretty much the same. So then I always wonder, like, I'm like, Divine, is there a female energy that exists on earth that purely cherishes you? You know what I got? Nothing. Nothing. And I'm like, in existence of all the earths, there hasn't been one, not even the first creation. So now the story starts to really unveil on the Adam and Eve concept and why they keep re-showing it or whatever, and what it really means, the first gift divine created, and why that gift was being taken or taken advantage of, and also why the defiance of the Most High is the most important thing. These things point into certain directions. They point to things. So when you start unraveling that or those boxes, you start seeing the intention behind certain values. That's just life. You see why it is what it is. You see why certain suffering takes place. It's not particularly about us because it's not really our war, right? But in the same breath, divine is the Almighty. If we want what's the best value for us, then it should be allotted for the divine and ourselves individually. We were taught selfishness. We were taught all these different qualities that we believe are in benefit to us as far as getting over in life. You know, when you're deprived and treated with non-justice, you end up wanting to do people the same. But that's when you dig deep to find yourself and to maintain what that is for yourself. And people are not going to do that. They're going to say, fuck that, I'm going to do what I got to do. Whatever you think you got to do. You don't know, by the time you start thinking like that, you've dug yourself a hole so far, you ain't got no choice at that point, because divine don't give a fuck. You selfish. That's how that shit really be. And that shit hurt worse than anything. Like, damn, divine ain't going to help me? No, because you don't call. You don't depend on divine. You think you got it. So if I'm telling people this shit, and I'm like, yo, it's because every single time I would call on divine, I had to fight against me wanting to do it myself and call on divine. There have been plenty of times I done went too far and did the worst things ever in life, right? And then realized that that's not going to get me nowhere, right? And then when I try to change it up, that's when everybody want to be wolves and shit. They think they hard. And then if you go back to slipping up and being too aggressive, it's like, why are you tripping? Like, the world is always going to be a fucking confused place, man. That's just what it is. Nobody want to take accountability, and everybody want to be the baddest man on earth. That's a bunch of lies. Bunch of lies. So, yeah, I don't really care about none of that. I never was one to really care about attention, yo. I wasn't like that when I was in school. I wasn't like that in life. You know what I'm saying? Even when people was getting money when we was younger and shit like that, I wanted to do my thing by myself. I can't tell on myself. What the fuck I want you around me for? I can't tell on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting you in my business for what? This is dangerous. You know what I mean? So the world did us dirty, man. And I'm going to keep trying to reiterate this and show you. So maybe you'll make the decision for yourself. Not for nobody else, just for yourself. And to see what that look like. I'm basically trying to teach you guys to find divine and put divine in between every choice and step that you make. It's not saying you're not going to live your life. You're going to do everything that you normally want to do. But instead of just doing it, put divine in front of it. Just say, divine, go before me. That's it. No more. And start making it a habit every day. Every day. Wake up, you open your eyes, thank you, divine. Put your feet on the floor, divine, go before me. Send that energy before you, everywhere you go. So it's like a screen. So everything you go through, you're going to feel certain type of ways because you're not used to this. So you're going to feel in between like you're not carrying it right, or is it working? You're going to think. Acknowledgement is key. Acknowledging the divine every time you're doing an experience is key, because you're here to do those experiences. So if divine created you to do that, wouldn't it be imperative that I say, hey, remember you made me to do this? I want you to see what I'm about to do. I can make jokes about it and all that, but it's not a joking matter right now. Like, I really want to see all of you win in the right way, not win the way the world is. Fuck the way the world wins. That shit corny as hell. Like, I want to see you really win. I want to see you be that version of yourself that you found it. You found it. Not the bright, not the one that's gonna run and go tell everybody because you think you got something. No, that complete motherfucker inside that. Man, I be wanting to go in sometimes. But I know if I do, ain't nobody really gonna vibe. I'm like leagues, I'm gone, yo. I'm fucking gone already, yo. I already know that. I've been gone. I left because less of words, people ain't shit, man. Less of words. And I came to grips with that as a reality. I've overextended myself in so many ways in life. I've loved hard, yo. Like, I've loved hard, even to my own default, to my own fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went over and made sure. And the only reason why I did that because of restraint. Like, I figured if I can learn a lesson right now while I'm young, or as much as I can while I'm young, by the time it all is in, divine gonna make sure I'm good. Ain't gonna be no, oh, you decrepit. No, ain't none of that. Because I've been giving it up. I've been giving it up. Even when it hurt. I've been giving it up. And got tough enough to take bullshit even when everybody was blind as fuck. I've been telling the truth since before this knowledge that we speak was literally truth. I was telling this same truth when people was manipulated by where they need to find the truth at. That's how long I've been doing this shit. And it ain't never been a criteria for me to be like, yo, hey, look at me. I don't give a fuck. I didn't care. My thing was, yo, win, bro. Because if you win, we can win. It's the image. I've been comprehended that shit forever. Tired, though. Tired. About to be 47 at the end of this year. At the end of this year, the end of this month, we in June. I'll be 47. I went and got my nutrients. I'm about to put together my product. Some shit I know that work. I love helping people. But I don't like being used. I love loving people. But I'm not going to love you by myself. If you burn a bridge, I am damn sure not rebuilding that shit for your ass. The fuck? There's a lot of things I just won't do. I will, before I hate you, I'll nothing you. I don't want to walk around with the burden carrying hate. That's fucking retarded. Why I need to hate you for it? That's too much energy. I don't want to think about your ass, especially if you did wrong. I don't want to think about you at all. So I'll nothing you. I'll just, whatever. They not important to me. And I'll keep that in my mental compartmentalized space until you disappear in my mind. That's how I do. Because if I grant somebody space, that's because I chose that. I can unchoose it too. Based off how I'm received by a person or how I'm treated or considered, I will undo that shit ASAP. I don't give a fuck. It ain't that serious to me, or it really ain't. You're as important to me as I'm as important to you. You are as important to me as you show me that I am important to you. I've had best friends that I've been around for 20, 30 years. And the last time we've been around each other, they treated me like I wasn't like that. I bet you I will never I will never. Well, you burning on fire. You won't get a sprinkle of piss from me? No. Because if I consider you my friend, I'm going to bend over backwards. I remember I had a friend I was up north with, and dude didn't even fit in the hood. He wasn't a hood dude. He was a Caucasian. He wasn't, he, it didn't matter. People respected me. So ain't nobody gonna put their hands on dude. I took him in the city in the most hardest places and all that shit. He like, yo, who this boy? I'm like, nah, he good. He good. And even somebody that jacked him up one time and all that. I'm like, nah. Respect him. Put some money in his pocket. And they gave him $100. Like, I'm sorry. Real rap, yo. When we was young, it was different. It was way different. But I'm not saying that to say anything. I'm saying it's a level of respect. When I love something, I love it for real. My friends would have looked at me and be like, yo, why you doing so much for me? Because you my nigga. Why the fuck would I want you over here looking crazy? If I fuck with you, I'm going to make sure you right like me. Niggas would see you treat them like that, and you know what they'll do? Get inside their head and find out how to take advantage of you. I'm like, no! No! Hell no! Woosah! No, I'm just saying though, no murk. Anyway, I just would notice these things about people, and I'm like, yo, niggas they're not too intelligent. And then you started seeing females act more like men, and I'm like, that's not too intelligent. And then you see society change. I went into my old neighborhood yesterday, and I just seen how many things was different and new. And I was like, wow, the area is kind of expanding. And I thought it was interesting because it started feeling different for once in a while. And I'm wondering, I said, is because the energy of light is charging up right now that it's possible that all the negative places will get a re-cleanse? Like people will be cleansed. And this is what it's starting to look like. Now, if anybody been following me for a long time, I said a long time ago, I was like, yo, and I've been saying this shit for a minute. I be like, yo, it's gonna be a time in life where you're gonna be done did so much shit in your life, you done swim out to the middle of the fucking ocean and you gotta swim your ass all the way back. Well, I ain't like that. I ain't doing this. I ain't like that. I don't move like that. Oh, they like this. All that bullshit just for you to turn around and end up having to know what being kind is, to learn what really having sincerity is and respect for others. Just to be forced to do it. Shit crazy, right? I don't make this shit up. I just follow the divine. No, I'm not a psychic. I show up in class and listen the first time. That's different. If you delinquent as shit, never turns your homework in, you don't pay attention, of course. You don't hear shit. Of course. It's your fucking track record. It's your integrity. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, I need the rest of y'all to hurry up and finish getting smart. And because I'm tired, yo. I'm tired. Can I become an OG for real? Like I am an OG already. You know what I'm saying? Triple OG. But can I gracefully let my beard turn all the way white? You know what I'm saying? Can I be the OG? Can I get there all with the level of respect? Because we not done. I need y'all to respect the up and coming elders. The rites of passage is happening. People are stepping into the new levels of authority, and you're going to have people that has authority, but they don't have divine. So I need y'all to step into the right places so you can guide your family. We need to leave that image behind, yo. And we already got to this age. So our grandparents, they done turned to dust. They been in the dirt. So if we don't do this right, the generation after the ones that's fucking up right now ain't gonna be able to hold down what we doing. You know, hopscotch, skip to my loop. We gotta keep it going. Yeah, we got them inadmissibles in the middle, but we gotta make sure we got pressure on the next line. Y'all ain't seen that? I ain't seen how it skipped. Yeah. They'd always do that. That's why your parents be feeling some type of way about you because they didn't get what they were supposed to get. Shit like that. Mentally, emotionally, from wherever they come from. So they end up taking it out. The families we have this session around has been going through a lot. And it takes more more of a sound mind to see the whole picture and to actually start working towards the problem that's right in front of you to make sure that it doesn't exist, and then have that become the image within the people around you so they can also teach other individuals. You have to start the wave, yo. You got to start the wave. And I understand, what's cool, what's gangster. I don't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck about none of that shit. When we was young, yo, I would slap the nigga who thought he had bread. Like niggas, we didn't come up how that wasn't no plug. It wasn't no plug. Like if you was a plug and you had more than me and you was the man or whatever, and you thought you was the man and you tried to embarrass me, we would beat you up on a fucking spot. Like we didn't care about that shit. And you wasn't gonna come to our hood and do some shit. We like, who the fuck you think you is? Like they thought we was extra wild. We was so bad when we was kids, yo. Stores used to send letters home and like, please tell your children to stop coming in here stealing. We don't want no problems. You ain't gonna call the police, but you gonna send a letter to the house. We had motherfuckers shook for real. Because people like control, yo. And we were kids. We wasn't no grown people, we were kids, yo. But people like that control so bad when we started fighting back, you know what they did? They got fucking shook. And they didn't know what to do because they didn't know how to handle children. See my cousin at the age of 14 knocking out a whole grown ass man. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. You knocked out a grown man. You know what that shit'll do for a child? It empowers you. It makes you feel like you can do this shit to anyone. Call 1-800-888-8888. Fuck your ass up. I'm so serious. That's how it was when we was growing up. We didn't have no regard for oppression. Oppress what? We would drag you the fuck out your car and send you to home with lumps on your shit. Yeah, niggas was ready to go to jail when we was young. We didn't care. Niggas I was growing up with was going to R&E left and right. Child jail. Yeah, jail for children. R&E. Send your ass right to R&E real quick. Yo, what happened? Yo, he was locked up for 6 months. He come on the weekend. A whole kid, yo. That's the shit they did to us. They ain't never heard that shit in no other neighborhood. It was oppressing people left and right. I seen my first race war when I was in the 8th grade. Literally. White people on this side, black people on this side, they thumping in the middle of the street. I'm a kid, like scared, like, oh snap. And they straight fighting for real. This ain't no story, no internet line shit and a picture stuff. I was there. I was right there. In the flesh. And this was remnant energy from olden times when people just wanted to be fucking hateful. LeBron, the best basketball player. That nigga ain't got no fucking pressure around him. That nigga ain't got shit around. Yeah, he nice. But if you watch them old NBA games from back in the day, them niggas was damn near fighting every minute on the court. It was hard. It was rough. 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 Today's life is easy for everybody, yo. I'm sorry, yo. Y'all know what it feel like to have a knot in your throat all day and a pressure in your chest because you know you just about to, something bad about to happen to you. You don't even know what that shit feel like. You don't even know what that shit feel like, yo. Hot days, swallowing your spit for a drink, looking for wild fruits just to eat. You stuck outside. AC ain't even real like that. You outside, don't bring your ass in into a cool down. I don't even want to see you. If you come back in this house, you ain't going nowhere. It was prison or liberation. I ain't joking. Niggas was getting their head knocked off for that. You would get beat the fuck to sleep, didn't I? And you would get embarrassed. Wasn't no love. I remember when these motherfuckers started telling us, if your parents beat you, call this number. The fuck? Call a number. Everybody, I'm calling on y'all. Y'all gonna stop beating me like this. I remember that shit. Y'all like, yo, they giving us a number and we was scared. We was like, I'm gonna call. Yeah, I'm gonna call because you gonna quit beating on. Niggas is scared to call that number because you still was gonna get your ass good anyway, even if you did call. We came up different, yo. And the world kept making it harder and harder to have whatever it was that we came up in. And not for nothing, jealousy and envy and hatred was the worst drug. It was the worst drug. It was the worst drug. So that's what changed everything into the direction of where it is right now. That's what made it how everything is right now. Envy, jealousy. And it wasn't even ours. It came from other people. It came from other people. You heard? So Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm just kicking a bobo this morning. It is what it is. NAGA the Wise.